Hello, Rancho Room 19 Rams. It's Dr. K here, and I'm going to read to you the breaking news to you. So this is world news, and it's dated June 5th, 2020. And I'm going to have the computer read this page, and then I'll read the other pages to you that are with the more picture supports, okay?
World News, June 5th, 2020. Remembering George Floyd. People across the U.S. are attending memorial services to remember George Floyd. People are giving speeches about George at the services. George Floyd is an African-American man who died on May 25 in Minneapolis, Minnesota. He died after a white police officer hurt him. The first memorial service was on June 4 in Minneapolis. Public and private services will be in Rayford, North Carolina, on June 6. George was born near Rayford. A public service will be in Houston, Texas, on June 8, followed by a private funeral on June 9. George grew up in Houston.
Okay. And there's a link here. And it takes us to Protest and Prayers. George Floyd Memorial Service brings America together in mourning and in outrage. Not hearing the sound on this.
The reason I know this is a different time is people came out by the hundreds of thousands at risk of their own health to stand up.
It's very important to really experience what has transpired across the country. And we want to be able to continue to protest, to do it peacefully.
It's a beautiful thing, this great love we're receiving, and George Floyd is receiving, because he would love it. I wish he was here in the presence, in the flesh, to see it, because all this great unity, he would bring in the tears like he's bringing us.
Okay, let's go back to our News2You. And go to the next page. Okay, remembering George Floyd. People across the U.S. are remembering George Floyd. Who are they remembering?
George Floyd.
Okay, George Floyd died on May 25th in Minneapolis, Minnesota. He died after a police officer hurt him. Who hurt him?
Police officer.
Yes. Remember, people are remembering George at services. People are giving speeches about George at the services. What are they giving?
Speeches.
About who?
George.
The first service was June 4th in Minneapolis, Minnesota. Where was the first service?
Minneapolis.
In the state of
Minnesota.
Another service will be June 6th in Rayford, North Carolina. Where's it going to be?
Rayford, North Carolina.
State of North Carolina. George was born near Rayford. A funeral will be June 9th in Houston, Texas. When is it going to be?
June 9th.
And where is it going to be?
Houston.
In the state of
Texas.
George grew up in Houston. Where did George grow up? He grew up in
Houston.
Okay. Here is our review page.
1. What are people giving at the services?
Test, presents, or speeches. They're giving
Speeches. 2. Who are people remembering at services?
Jennifer Hudson, Shaquille O'Neal, or George Floyd. They're remembering
George Floyd. 3. Where was the first service?
Was it Atlanta, Georgia, Minneapolis, Minnesota, or Las Vegas, Nevada?
Minneapolis, Minnesota.
Here we go. Okay, so I'll see you in the next video, and I encourage you to watch this video at least once a day this week so that you have the review. Okay, see you later.